Mark, no game on Saturday. Was that frustrating after 3 points in the week and wanting, I suppose, to carry that good run of form in?
Yeah, it was frustrating in a way. We wanted to play because we'd enjoyed ourselves on the Tuesday night, but we couldn't do anything about that. It was obviously Mansfield's pitch is in a poor state, so we couldn't do anything about that. So it gave us a chance to rest up and do some good training.
And that chance to rest, I suppose that is welcome because the fixture list this season has been ridiculous, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's just getting that balance between not doing enough and make sure that you're keeping the players' conditioned. So it's a fine balance. So it's one we're trying to get right.
And is that one that you have to work hard on with your behind-the-scenes team and making sure that the players are always ready for the ever-changing schedule?
Yeah, well, it's important that our sports science department and medical department keep up the good work, and we've managed to get through without many injuries, and I think our training's good, and the way that we work is probably conducive to not having lots of injuries. Touch wood.
And another round of negative COVID tests, so all looking good on that front too.
That's right. Obviously, with infection rates dropping fast, it's and the testing in both the Premier League. I think there was 2 test positives in the Premier League and not very many in the whole of the EFL. So it's all going the right way.
And it's Barrow, the visitors to the Innocent Noodle this weekend. A side who you were really impressed with when you travelled to Holker Street earlier in the season.
I thought they were great. They deserved to beat us on the day. Bit of magic from Nicky Cadden got us a point. We didn't play particularly well, and they did, and that's what can happen in this league if you're not at it, and you can get turned over.
And a number of signings for Barrow in the January window, including I think 3 on deadline day. Are you expecting a similar side, or is it going to be one that comes at you quite differently?
I couldn't tell you what the team will be. They've mixed their team up. They've mixed their formations up in recent weeks. They've got a few injuries, I think, so I couldn't really tell. Of course, we have projections of what it might be, but I couldn't tell you.
And sometimes you've mentioned in interviews that when teams come here, they tend to sit in and almost play for the draw from the first whistle. Do you think that's something Barrow are likely to do, or are they going to try and play the football that they like to do?
I think they'll probably come and try and get something out of the game, which means they'll probably sit in a little bit and wait for their moments to attack. So listen, that's up to them. We know that if we play well and do what we do really well, we have a chance to win the game.
And this certainly isn't the first season that's happened. It's been happening for a while now that the teams come here and play to get something out of the game. I suppose that's just credit to you and your side, isn't it, more than anything?
Yeah, it's full credit to the players because if we're at it, we're difficult to play against, and teams know that, so they come and they have to find a way of countering that. And if that's camping in deep and blocking things off, then that's the way they do it, and we have to find then a way to beat that. And
you mentioned after the away trip to Barrow that they're one of the best sides you played this season. Why then are they near the bottom end of the table?
I'm not sure. They've got good individuals, they've got some good players, and I say they've added to that in the window. I think they brought 9 players in today in the window, so yeah, they've got some good players. Obviously the manager was at Grimsby when they stayed up, so they'll be confident that they can stay in the league, and having worked so hard to get their Football League status, they're not going to give it up cheaply, and we'll be expecting a tough game.
So do you think they're in a similar position to you were back in 2017-18 when you were first in the Football League with Forest Green?
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
And as we mentioned there, they were one of the best sides we've played this season. Coming to the Innocent Noodle, you know that it's going to be a tough test, isn't it? But it's one you're going to be hoping to pick up those 3 points and close the gap on Cambridge, the only side above you.
Yeah, we have got to take care of our own business. We have to stop, worrying too much about other people, and we've got to focus on what we do. And it's pretty simple, really. If we run and outrun the opposition, if we fight and win all our duels, our football at the end of the day will shine through. But we have to do all of the basic horrible stuff that's not nice to do. We have to do that to win a game of football, and if we do that, we can win.
And that's something your side have done consistently this season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we went to Carlisle, which is, they have a way of playing that you have to be resolute, you have to head the ball, you've got to win challenges, the ball's coming in your back box at every opportunity, you've got to stand up to it, but when you do get a chance to play, you have to play and hurt them, and we did that really well, and we've got to continue doing that week in, week out.
And it was a moment of magic from Odin Bailey, wasn't it, that won the game, so I suppose sometimes that is exactly what you need.
Yeah, but if you compete and you do the other stuff, you give yourselves a platform to play from and win games. And
consistency has been something you've touched upon this season. I'd say that Forest Green are among one of the few sides that really have been consistent from the word go, and that reflects in the fact that I suppose only the teams in the top 4 are those that have been consistent.
I think we've been really consistent. I think we're personally 3 wins short of where we should be. That would be a fairer reflection for me on what we've achieved and our expected data. We should have at least another 6 points, but we haven't, and we've got to make sure in the next block of games we make that up.
And when you look at the table, it's so tight up at the top, isn't it? I mean, one weekend and the whole top 8 could be in a different order.
Yeah, and that's why we have to concentrate on what we do, not worry about anybody else, just take care of what we've got to do, and if we do that, then we'll be all right.
And you watch those games in midweek? Obviously, a number of teams have played twice since you last played, but the order hasn't really changed all that much.
No, we've not played. Well, most teams have played twice, and we've stayed right near the top of the table. So now it's time for us to kick on and put pressure on other teams.
So I suppose it's fair to say that you've waited in the wings for the last couple of match days, and now it's ready to kick on again and do what you did against Carlisle.
Yeah, we've got to go and win a game of football and then win the next one and the next one after that.
Thank you very much for your time, Mark, and all the best on Saturday.
Thanks, Nick.